Hello, everyone. Thank you for
Hello.
joining me. This is Ginger Faye of Ginger Faye Tarot and Divine Musings. Ooh, my notice just popped, so that's a good thing.
Mine hasn't
So
yet.
yours hasn't
Whoa,
come up yet?
how
What?
rude.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Anyhow, so I'm glad you're here. Thank you, Ginger, for being here.
Thank you
Um,
for having me, Gerald.
so yeah, it's great. And this is it's a casual, it's just an opportunity for us to chat and get to know each
Hmm.
other, find out about your spiritual journey, your new YouTube channel, and other things that are bringing you joy. Of course, I'm assuming your YouTube channel is bringing you joy. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. I'm just making sure.
Yes,
I don't,
yes.
I don't want to assume anything. So, um, but
Right now, I feel like I have two and a half videos on it, but I have a playlist of all the lives that I've been in, that I've guested in.
mhm,
So that's in
yes.
a playlist if anybody's interested in watching back,
Oh,
especially
that's great.
especially for the ones that have been on Lavender Moon, the paranormal um,
Hmm.
stories, and
Yeah,
um, yeah.
yeah,
So far, I've
yeah.
got a paranormal investigation video on there, and then one live
Are you saying paranormal or terranormal?
paranormal. Yes, paranormal.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't exactly know what that means.
yeah.
What does
Well,
that mean?
um, oh, people are coming in. Hello, hello.
Yes, yes. So
So
what does is it as in
tarot,
tarot, as in tarot
tarot,
stash? Okay.
right, and then
Tarot
normal.
normal.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what
So
is that?
so how that happened was one time I was on Amber Lavender Moon's channel, and we decided to investigate the little spirit girl that is in my home.
Uh-huh. I think I remember that.
Yeah, and
Yes.
we had such fun with that. And then a few months ago, Amber asked if I had any more activities, if I wanted to come on. I said not enough to make a whole program out of, but
Mm-hmm.
well, we decided to do another investigation, and with Peter and Julie. And
Mm-hmm.
I thought, I want to make this a thing. I want to do that regularly. Investigate haunted locations using the tarot card.
Oh,
And that's how Tarot Normal was born.
I love that. And so everybody should like and subscribe to Ginger Faye Tarot and Divine Musings.
Thank you.
Links are below, but they have to ring the bell to be notified when you go live because you're doing more lives. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay. And you just had your first live, what, last week?
First live readings was last week
Okay.
with
That's
Scott
awesome.
Scorpio Moon, and then 2 weeks
Scorpio Sun.
Sun. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that.
He updated, so
I knew that. I'm the one that made the thumbnail.
so
But
oh my gosh.
yeah.
Well, tell you what, let's say hi to some
Oh,
people. I had a little goofy thing where I did not set things up properly, but people are here because they're here to see you,
wonderful.
Ginger. They're not here to see me, they're here to see you. So
50
Candy
feet.
Soul and Soil is here, putting kitties to bed and joining you as fast as you can. Well, Candy, you take as much time. You're a great mom for those kids, it sounds like.
Mm,
So, um,
absolutely.
Tra- Tracy Ralph is here. Hello, Tracy.
Tracy, I don't know Tracy, but hello. Thank you for coming.
Ocean VG is here. Hello.
That is my son, Gerald. I have to
Is
say,
it?
yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
Brendan.
Thank you for being here. Make sure you like and subscribe to Ginger Faye, Tarot and Divine Musings, son. uh,
Absolutely.
oh, Naomi is here. Naomi
Hey,
Hewitt. Hello.
Naomi. I haven't seen her
So,
in so long in the chat.
well, and we haven't seen you for so long, and we're not asking for excuses. I mean, it's just people have a life, so
Yeah, yeah,
this is true.
yeah.
Uh, Meg,
Magellan.
Meg.
Magellan's
Magellan?
Journey. That's a friend of mine. Magellan.
Magellan's Journey. Hello. Thank you for being here. Flowing is here. Hello,
Hi, Flo.
Flowing. I did a reading for Flowing this morning when I was on with
Did
Jane the
you?
Secret Tarot. That was
Oh,
wonderful. Yes. Oh, Gigi Nilsson is here.
Gigi, I'm going to announce our surprise at the end of the show, whether you're ready or not.
Okay, everybody has to watch to the end to get the announcement. There's something going on. Even I don't know what this is, people. I do not know. So it's like, woo, okay. Okay, just catching up. Jamie, Wandering Mountain Bardic Path is here.
Hey, Jamie.
And
Long time no see.
Jamie just got her braces off today.
How exciting. I remember that feeling. It's almost like, oh my God, it's such a congratulations.
Well, and let me tell you, her smile was good with the braces, and without it was like, ooh, wow.
But such a wonderful feeling. I remember that feeling all too well.
So Tracy just subscribed. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy. Can I say one thing that people, I'm finding a lot of people going to just Ginger Faye and subscribing. So this morning I put a little note in there, do not subscribe here, go to, and I left the link. Make sure it's Ginger Faye, Tarot, and Divine Musings.
Yes, I noticed there was a difference. I noticed there was a difference.
Well, I wasn't allowed to be in any of the chats when I signed in 2 years ago, unless I had a channel.
Sure.
But I didn't realize I could get subscribed to.
Yeah. Well, you've got it figured out now, and the proper link is below. If one of my moderators want to give the proper link in the chat, that would be lovely. M.A. the Gray is here.
Awesome.
Hello.
Wow, I love
that. Candy is all done. Yay.
And hopefully Candy couldn't make it to the first Paranormal investigation live, so hopefully we'll get her in to do one soon.
Yeah, that's a very interesting idea, because
unique, isn't it? I had to be a unique idea.
That's great. Aspasia Rising or Aspasia Rising, tomato, potato. Right. Beth is here. Candy. There's a video explaining why Candy and I like airplanes. That was done for a while ago. Yeah. Okay. So
that's funny. Jackie's here. Yay, Jackie.
Aquarius Owl. Hello, Debbie. Okay. Danielle is here. 3 of Cups, Eclectic Tarot.
Oh, okay.
Gigi says she's ready.
Okay.
So they said they're ready. My chat just jumped. Oh, thank you, Flowing. It was a good reading. Samuel Beckett. Susan Beckett is here. Oops. Sorry.
Susan. Selkie's here.
Selkie's here. Just popped in. And Jamie said, yes, my teeth feel weird as hell.
No, that's the way you describe it.
Yeah. Tarot Living with Manasa is here.
I was looking on your live.
I was just going to say, there's some great people in here.
Thank you. So, thank you all for coming. Thank you.
You're welcome. And just sub to Ginger.
Oh, thank you so much.
And there's Jackie Jacaranda. Hello, Jackie. Good to see you.
She's my #1 mod, by the way.
Yes. And Candy said, yes, ask me again, please.
Absolutely.
So I love these good ideas as they come through. And just I love this. There's a lot of people watching, Ginger. Yes, there's 33 people watching.
33. That's awesome.
And there's 33 people who need to go over and they need to like and subscribe to Ginger to her correct channel. So that's good. And speaking of which, Tony Antoinette Intuitive Tarot Jewelry has put your link in. Thank
Thank you.
you.
I was about ready to hit it. So a lot of you, I'm subscribed to your channels anyway, but I'm resubscribing under Ginger Faye Tarot as well, so that I can kind of maybe push the other name away to. But I like to be in other people's chats without saying Tarot and Divine Musings, because I just want to be nonchalant and hide. I don't want to say,
Really?
look at me.
I'm like going, I'm here. Woo! I'm here. Yay.
My fan broke. I'll have to use my.
Oh, well, you kicked it up a notch with the feathers, so there you go.
I'm needing it today. I'm going through hot flashes again. Oh my gosh.
Hello, Astrological Tarot.
Hello.
I am going to be on their channel soon.
Are you?
Looking forward to that. Yes,
Definitely.
Getting caught up. Silky said, yes, I have the right channel.
Awesome. Thank you.
Beth apologizes if she's missed anybody in chat. You saucy today.
Well.
You saucy lady. You saucy lady.
This is a saucy group.
Yes.
I broke.
Oh.
She broke her fin. I know everybody's having heat waves, Gerald, all over the world.
Oh my gosh. I cannot even imagine. So I'm hoping that everybody is hanging in there. So
I was talking
thank you,
to
Manasa.
Yes, was it yesterday? 97. I'm like, you're hotter than we are. How is that possible?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love it. I'm a happy subscriber of you both.
Thank
Boom.
you. Thank you.
Yay. So
well, I better start putting more content on now.
Okay. I'm going to step into. I'm not an expert in YouTube, but you make the content you want to make, and that's what we like watching.
Exactly.
If you make the content that you want to see, support me here, people.
Mm-hmm.
If you make the content that you find interesting, people are going to find you.
Exactly.
It's just the way it is.
It's like when you're going gift shopping, buy a gift you would give to yourself.
Yes. Like, like I would give myself a small squeaky pig just because.
And so. I would give myself a little fig.
There you go. Boom. Candy said 40 degrees yesterday. No AC.
No way. Oh, 40 Celsius, I'm sure.
40 degrees Celsius, yes. It was 60 in Western Washington this morning. Unseasonably cool, yes. Yeah, there you go. Make the content you want to have.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Gosh.
Do what you love.
I'm hot. I'm cold. I'm hot. I'm cold.
It's okay. It is what it is.
We are good.
So.
Okay.
But yeah. So. So, Ginger, you have a new channel.
I do.
So tell me a little bit about the new channel. What's going on with that?
Okay, so what I'd like to intend for this channel to be is my first intentions were to do collective readings. And just post videos, VRs, and stuff like that. And then the more I got comfortable doing live readings, I discovered like my channeling started flourishing even more and more. And I thought, I'm confident now that I'm gonna do some live readings. And I love all things paranormal. So anybody have ideas as well. But Gerald and I were talking about how were we live when we talked about this? I don't want to repeat myself. The paranormal investigations.
Paranormal investigation.
Yeah. So that came about. Were we live already? Am I repeating myself?
we were live, but go ahead, because some people may have not made it in.
Okay, so I have spirit activity in my home, and in doing that and getting readings myself, I found that I was a medium. And one night I went to bed after being told this, or I was starting to go to bed after being told this. I'm like, this can't be real. It's got to be my Meniere's disease. I'm just hearing things. And that night at the side of my bed, I heard a little girl's voice saying, but I thought we were real. And I'm thinking, and I'm just like, okay, you are real.
Yeah.
So on Lavender Moon's channel, we did a paranormal investigation to find out why she's here.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just so much fun that, shortcut story. We did another one on Amber's channel about the Amityville house, and that was really interesting.
Uh-huh.
So, so we did another one a week later, and that's when we did the channel switch over. So the paranormal investigations are, yeah.
Candy said, "Oh my, I
So
thought we were
sweet.
real." How incredible and heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I've actually seen her, and well, there's just a whole nother story there. Well, if we have time, I'll tell it later. But anyway, so it's just so much fun doing them. I thought of calling them, it's a paranormal investigation of anything haunted, whether it's going to be a house, a land, object.
Mm-hmm.
I want to have guests on, and we use the tarot to investigate the paranormal activity.
Mm-hmm.
So,
wow.
My bright idea was paranormal investigation.
I think that's brilliant. It makes a lot of sense, and if you have people who are adventurous and want to try that, I think that's wonderful. So, and lots of thumbs up for that. And Beth said, "No way! I just bought my sister a shamanic drum. I do not want a shamanic drum." LOL. About that. Buy yourself a gift that you want to receive. Yeah. So
it's a lot of fun. So that's 3 we've done so far. The one wasn't named that, but the Amityville one was very interesting, and it wasn't all about the demonic possessions and stuff. And then Peter and Julie Kuchia Watts, their son-in-law was, we'll say, plagued by a haunted place when he was young, and we did that one just maybe 2 weeks ago. And that was really interesting.
That's great.
It's just the interesting information that comes out, and not just from me and the guest, from the live chat too. I mean, everybody's involved, and so it becomes just this wonderful story for entertainment purposes only. But there, you know how that works. There's a lot of synchronicities.
Yes. And I think there's a lot of appreciation for this concept. I think that's very exciting, because I haven't seen anything like that before. I've seen people, I've been part of group readings. I like going on other people's channels and doing readings. Stay tuned for more on that. But it's when multiple readers get the same card or the same message. Okay, that's really awesome. I love that. And somebody said, "Oh, and Tony is supporting you and supporting me," and said, "Listen to Tarot Mage. You don't need separate channels. Always, as long as we know where to find you, we can dip in and dip out." Because when I started, I actually had 2 channels. I had the Hermit Mage.
I remember.
And then Tarot Stash, and Tarot Stash is just a cooler name. I mean,
it is.
Come on.
Hermit Mage, I loved, but
Hermit Mage is still there. It's part of a series of books that I'm going to be writing eventually, getting them off of the ground, etc. So, thank you, Jackie. So, yeah, I think the Tarot Normal investigation is brilliant. So,
thank you.
Now, if I'm putting Ginger on the spot, so you can tell me to shut up, and to go away. Um, how do people contact you if they have an idea for the tarot normal investigation? How do they do that?
Well, I don't know how if there's messages to be left, in live chat maybe. If you go to my channel, I do have an email address there.
Okay,
Ginger,
good.
yeah, gingerfay65
Okay.
at gmail.com.
Okay. Well, and I just want people to
Yeah.
because these ideas, I'm feeling that tingling that is like, ooh, this is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
needs to happen with this, and
Yes.
especially when you can get them planned and you can have several guests. I think that's a lot of fun
Mm-hmm.
because your Facebook group is linked below.
Yeah, that's another way to join that group and private message me. And yeah, because we're just going to have a lot of, my plan is once a month, but if I have enough people that really want to do this, then I would do it once a week for sure. But
I would have a feeling that there could be a lot of opportunity for that.
yeah, yes, yeah,
So, no pressure. And
no pressure.
like with everything, um, yeah, if it's bringing you joy, then do it. If
Absolutely.
if it fits into your schedule, great, make that happen. So, and Jackie put in your
Yes,
email.
I see that.
Thank you,
Thank you, Jackie.
Jackie. And yes, Jackie is a fabulous
She
supporter.
is.
I agree.
I if I may promote, this is a whole new thing for me, is actually to just, I'm such an introvert, to actually do a channel or to even go on people's lives was such a huge out of the box thing for me. But
Hmm.
also you can use that email address if you want some readings.
Nice. Very
So
good. Very
and,
good.
yeah.
And okay, so and what oh, and by the way, for the casual, Ginger, we're going to be talking about you and all of the gifts that you have and all of that wonderful stuff. So, what type of reading would people expect to get from you if they were to visit you and contact you and say, "Hey, I want a reading"?
Right. So one thing I don't like to do is health readings or love readings, because
Hmm.
as we know, energies change from day to day. And
Hmm.
I give the example, I gave a reading, everything looked perfect. Everything was right on. It was a long distance relationship. They were friends in junior high, and everything was perfect. And then she went to go meet him and came back. I did as she was talking about the visit, I was pulling cards, and all that energy had changed.
Oh,
Like,
uh-huh.
I don't understand. It was perfect. They were madly in love with each other. Well, she misrepresented herself, and when he got the real her, dynamics changed. So I do not want to do.
Don't misrepresent yourself, people. Save the trouble.
Right.
Oh my
So
God.
I will. Life is ever flowing. So
Yes.
there's so many streams on the river. It all goes to one place. But if you take a left turn at Albuquerque, you might get lost.
Yes. Yeah.
But so I do intuitive guidance readings, your typical, just about any other question I can help you with, but I also do mediumship readings. So
Okay. And when you're doing the readings, what type of cards are you using?
I can have one deck in mind, and then right before the reading, when you're talking to somebody, energies change. Like I did a
Yep.
reading yesterday for was it yesterday? Heather, Silver Star Priestess, using the Chiro Marchetti
Uh-huh.
Mystic Palette. Love that deck. If I'm doing, I like to incorporate tarot and oracle. Um, and then a particular deck. Thank you. I paid her.
Or bump into Bugs Bunny, you know.
Right.
Debbie says, sorry, my age is showing.
Right. So it's Gingerface 65.
Yeah.
And then for mediumship reading, I found that the Good Tarot was
I
an
don't have that.
amazing. It. I did not buy this for years because of the name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm not responsible. I'm not responsible.
Yeah.
But the images are just incredible on this deck.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was one day I was playing with the deck. Anybody like seahorses? I was playing with the deck. My son came home and he was very sad. And I asked him what happened. And he said one of the special needs children passed away unexpectedly.
Oh.
And I said, did she have blonde hair and wear glasses? And he said, yes. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was using these cards. And I said, well, maybe we can use these cards and you can give the class a message.
Mm-hmm.
Not a eulogy, but, happy thoughts,
Yes.
happy thoughts. But then all of a sudden it came over me. I'm like, oh my God, what if she wants to speak here through me? And now I'm getting little tingles.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, let's see what she has to say.
Uh-huh.
Gerald, that was my first mediumship reading through tarot. And I was crying. It was so deep and touching. And so I couldn't even describe the feeling it was. And that's when I knew that you can use tarot to do mediumship readings.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, that's incredible. And I think one of the great things is that everybody who's watching this right now, or people who are watching it back, they have their own story about how they came to tarot, how they came to mediumship, how they came to whatever it is, you know, they do. And I think it's so great to hear what you did. I mean, I think that's amazing.
It was an amazing experience. And, you hear all the cliches. They're in a better place. They're not suffering anymore. But do you know that actually came out in that reading? And she was free of all of her earthly confinements, came out.
Wow.
And she didn't want people to mourn, stop their lives to mourn for her. And it was just amazing. And it did come out that she was with the Creator.
Okay.
So it was amazing. It was so amazing.
Yeah.
I'm getting shivers all over.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Beth used to have the Good Tarot. I love the images, and I used it as an oracle.
I call it a tarot oracle because I don't often use the image, the Rider-Waite meaning. The images are just amazing.
Uh-huh.
So yeah.
And Gigi said, I agree on the Good Tarot. It was laying around in my cupboard for years, and then I got it out and thought, oh, I see. Tracy also likes that deck. And it's Candy beautiful. Said, I could cry listening to that, Ginger. It's so amazing. Just a lot of love for that story. So,
yeah, thank
really
you.
Beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah, my son, my oldest is special needs, and then my younger son, when he got to high school, volunteered in the classes, and yeah, that's how that came about.
Yeah. So tarot, oracle, well, hence your name, tarot and divine musings, and I think the mediumship.
Do you remember I had done a smoking billet reading for you a couple years ago?
Yes.
That was interesting. So I do a smoking billet, and that is where you take a candle and you take paper and wave it over the not on the flame, of course, over the flame, and the smoke ends up making an image. Paley. Oh, I can't remember the name of it. When you see images in a cloud,
Yes.
So it's like that, and you can actually give good readings with that.
Yes. And you probably still don't have that. If you do, I should have you send it to me or take a picture of it. But
I do.
Jackie said, Ginger gave me an awesome reading using the Good Tarot.
It was an awesome reading, yeah.
So
it's a very healing deck for sure.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Thank you. Pareidolia is the word for seeing images and things.
And Candy Soul and Soya said, Ginger, I'd love you to do a video about how to do that.
Absolutely. On the list.
Okay, I was just going to say, if you don't have a list, and by the way, when I'm on a live, I have a notebook that I write down all sorts of stuff with that. So,
you know what? Okay, here's an example that I did for myself.
And
you can see a deer. You can see butterflies. You can see a woman. Ooh, hello, can you see the woman? What happened? There we go. A cloaked woman.
Okay.
There's a lot more in there that you can't see through this video, but you can do a whole reading on these shadow images. It's it's a wonderful thing.
I think that's great. Where did you learn how to do that?
So back in the early 90s, my neighbor and I would go visit this little white church that had spirit fairs. And I went to a woman who did the smoking billet reading for me. And it was amazing. It was amazing.
Beth said, I can see the woman clearly, Ginger.
Yeah, definitely. She's almost like a Mother Mary type.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. So somebody did a reading for you, and then did they say, you have this ability, or you saw her do it and then you thought, I'm going to be doing more of that? Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, totally, because back when I knew my intuition and my gifts were really moving forward, it's like, you want to do everything. Runes, I Ching, numerology, pendulum. I haven't mastered the pendulum yet.
Okay.
But I'm,
Yeah.
I love to dabble. I'm a dabbler.
There you go.
There you
Gigi is like voting for Ginger to do a tutorial video on that.
Next.
So yeah, and a lot of people are talking about what images they see too.
Yeah. I mean, I could get my little box out, but I'll leave it over there.
So, well, that's for the next time.
But... Exactly.
Wow. Okay, so you're a dabbler. And do you know your tarot number? Your which major arcana are you?
I'm Chariot. I'm a Chariot. Okay. Yeah.
Are you a straight up 7, or are you a what is the 16? Is what is the 16?
The one before Temperance.
Oh my gosh!
I'm definitely Tower.
Okay. No. Are you a Tower Chariot? If you do that. Hi, Ange.
Hey, there she is. Hi, Ange. You know what's odd to me, or maybe not so odd. I feel I'm odd, but here I am, bubbly Ginger Faye, but start right before October, I become Goth Fairy. I am so into Gothic, paranormal, all that. Yeah. So, but and so there's a paradox there. And then I'm a Cancer. So you think I would prefer to be near the ocean, but I prefer to be in the woods. So
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things. So I found out I'm Cancer, but my rising sign is Aries. So fire and water. So that's been
Okay.
my whole life. I could go from one extreme to the other. So
And you know what? I think that's wonderful, especially because of the veil is thin at starting in October with Samhain,
mm-hmm.
and we can, I believe we can, talk to our ancestors and people who have passed over, which is perfect for your tarot normal
Yes,
investigations.
yes.
So,
I
but
do have a surprise guest lined up for October already, who I can't mention yet, um, but stay tuned.
I love it. Okay, and she's even worse than me. You know, I have a guest coming up in was it October you said, and that's how many months
October
away?
7th at 7 p.m. It's a Saturday.
Okay, you heard it here first, people. Like
I'm
and
excited.
subscribe.
I'm
So,
excited. I'm so
yeah,
excited.
I'm like going,
Um,
mm.
yeah.
So,
So,
but
but,
yeah.
but if I were to
Well,
relate to a tarot card, I would say I'm mostly Empress energy. Page of Cups
mm-hmm.
are my two, and
Empress and Page of Cups, okay.
and Queen of Cups. That would
And
be.
Queen of Cups.
Oh
All right.
no, but see, now I'm Queen of Pentacles, though. See, let me go with Queen of Pentacles and the Empress and the Page of Cups.
You know what?
It's a
I say don't limit yourself. If you want to be all that, then be all that. So, um,
I laugh because the Page of Cups, because I am so in touch with my inner child that I often get mistaken for being this young woman.
mm-hmm.
um, and I always say, if you lose touch with your inner child, you start to get old, and I refuse.
Oh yeah, don't lose
And
your
it
inner child.
brings so much joy to still look up at the stars in awe. Like every night,
Mm-hmm.
it's my first time ever looking up, and that moon, that full moon,
Yeah,
just I just
it's
love it.
incredible. Um, okay, we have another question for you
Oh,
from Beth. So, if people want to put in questions for you, Ginger, they can put them all in caps with maybe some emojis. Ginger, do you have a chosen significator in
um,
tarot?
as far as for myself or for if I do a
Yes,
reading, okay.
for yourself.
Yeah, it would be one of those.
Which one? You named almost all of the tarot cards.
Because it would depend on what I'm wanting to know that day. Because sometimes I even use the
Okay.
high priestess, because if I want to really get in touch with that higher self, that
Mm-hmm.
higher crown chakra
Mm-hmm.
self, I will use that as my significator. Otherwise, I probably do use the Empress or the Queen of Pentacles for the most part.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
For now. For today.
I just had to do it. And Viviani is here. Hello,
Oh,
Viviani.
hello,
Glad to have you
Viviani.
here.
Yeah, I've done a neat reading for Viviani too before, so it was cool.
Okay. Magellan's Journey's phone is up. See, we are causing Magellan's Journey's phone to overheat. So here. Will that help? Will calm your phone down? It's like boom. So, so yeah. And so okay, so looking for other questions if I missed any. I am, if I were to do, I just had a reading done for the first time about 6 months ago with a significator. The person had me pull a significator, and I'm looking. I've never done that. What does that mean?
Right.
And I picked the Queen of Cups.
Okay. I
So
can see. Mm-hmm.
so.
I don't use them for the
Hmm.
most part, but if I guess it would help call in that energy toward you more,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah. And and I have over the last month have been seeing people talking about significators and why they are important. I haven't incorporated it, so but it is that.
Yeah, I mean, I've done reading. I've done like spirit guide readings where you choose. Um, well, it. I just feel it gets chosen for you. I mean, if that's what you're
Hmm.
meant to see in the moment and be in the moment.
Yes, yes. And so, do you mix tarot and oracle?
I do. Like yesterday when I did a reading, I used Oracle, and then I do a message from Spirit Guide. So I have particular
Hmm.
decks I might use for that. And then I also like to do a message from the ancestors.
Oh, nice. Uh-huh.
And so for those two, I will do an Oracle.
Okay.
Um, I created a spread many years ago using the Hermit as my, what do you see, what do you just different parts of the Hermit card. My favorite Hermit card, the staff, and then I incorporated
Hmm.
questions. It ended up being a huge spread, but I did use Oracle and tarot for that, and it's fun to mix the two.
I think that's great. Naomi has a question for you.
Ooh.
Ginger, what is your most powerful deck?
I'm going to have to say right now it might be the Good Tarot, just because of the amazing medium, because that I use that most for mediumship reading. But
Hmm.
I would have to say that one. Even though I have favorite decks, I have other decks that are my favorite. I use them more. But as far
Uh-huh.
as that one, never lets me down. I
Hmm.
never have to sit and think more. Put more thought into it.
Yes. I think it is one of those things
Mhm.
that it would really depend upon the type of question or the reading
Exactly.
that I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I
it,
love the Mystic Masters. You
uh-huh.
know, I don't know if you're familiar with that one by
Is
Danny
that the
Mystic.
Danny Mystic? Yes,
Yeah.
I have that.
That, when I first got it, I couldn't put it down for 3 months straight. Um,
Hmm.
I, I
Wow.
I get such interesting, more deeper readings. Like one time, I got the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles. I think it was in the Julie's chat. We were in that day. And instead of it being such a hardship, it told me by the image that no matter what challenges I'm going through, they are carrying me through that challenge.
Mm,
And so it went far beyond, watch your health or watch your finances. It went far beyond that. And
wow.
I love that. Jackie.
Um, yeah. Well, okay. Ginger is the spread queen, and you in your Facebook group, which is a private group, you enjoy finding great spreads and sharing them.
I do because I tend to get bored easy, so I'm always looking for a different way to do readings and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I've created a few of my own, and Amber has had me on her channel with those certain spreads.
Hmm.
So I hope to do that in my channel as well as bring some of the ones I created. Um,
Wonderful. Yeah, I
some of
think
them
that's
I love
great.
to go deep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, Beth, I'd be careful where you use that sentence, Jackie. LOL. Um, and I did. uh, Candy, I see this, and I'll tell you the reason that I picked that is the Queen of Cups often has her own cup covered with a cloth, and so for me, I do keep my feelings. It is my natural tendency to keep my feelings and my emotions to myself. I have gotten better over the last 5 or 6 years, so but you're spot on for that.
Mhm.
Um, Candy has a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a voice come through when you're giving a reading that wasn't a mediumship reading? And how do you get brave enough to share?
Yeah, so I have had messages come through when I do a regular reading that I feel was from somebody's spirit. Um, it's funny because when I have my activities in my house, I hear them out loud. But when I'm doing a reading, it's funny. I was trying to explain to my son the other day. It was like, because I did a reading the other day and it was just on live, and it was just, how did that ever come out? I didn't think it, but it was a thought. I can't even describe it other than that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like purposely think about it. It didn't come through as how when you're talking to yourself in your head, you kind of hear your own voice.
I
It's
never
just
talk to myself. I never talk to myself at all. At all. By the way, this is the face of someone who's lying. I never talk to
trickster. Hashtags.
Yeah. And by the way, Brian, Blushing Nerd Tarot, just
Hello.
joined when we were all laughing about you being the spread queen. And just to say, and it was like Candy just choked laughing when I said that. So, and Jackie has got your Facebook group there.
Well, thank you.
So.
Thank you. Yeah, if you go in there. Now, I was telling Gerald, I haven't been active in that group this year. I had a difficult year and I didn't have the energy to put into that group. I hope to put more energy into it. But if you join, you can contact me through doing that in the group.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah.
So talking to yourself and and
yeah.
Tony, of course, says I get the most intelligent conversations with myself.
I mean, who else is going to listen?
So,
of course, we don't listen to ourselves either, but we are entertaining. I find myself very entertaining at times.
I find myself very entertaining at times too. The people around me do not, so that's okay. Well, and a lot of times I've joked about this before. We ask spirit for help, but then we immediately cover our ears so we can't hear the response and the help that's there. Astrological Tarot said, I love your smudging wand. I collect feathers too, Ginger. So
yeah, there's a cute little independent shop that's near me, and she made that, and I love it.
It's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. So, so did you brave? Did you tell the person what you were hearing?
Well, see, here I've learned a while back ago, just because it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it won't make sense to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And you do take that risk, because one time something came through and I'm like, do you like dragonflies? And she goes, no, I don't. And I thought, oh, epic fail. And she goes, but my husband did. And we were channeling her husband. So I've just learned, don't be afraid. Even if they say it doesn't make sense, I find they come back either towards the end of the reading or they'll come back to you and say, oh my God, it just dawned on me, So I hesitate sometimes, but I'll see it.
Yeah. Well, and good for you, because it does take a little bit of getting used to when I'm hearing, or I don't actually hear it. I just get the impression of what I should be saying.
Yeah.
So I'm not clairaudient. I'm more clear. Something's going on. I get a feeling. I don't know. Claircognizant.
And claircognizant.
Yeah. So I get all clary sometimes.
Yeah.
And
it's that inner knowing, right? It's the inner knowing.
Yes.
That produces the thoughts and the feelings.
And so it does and I have actually gotten better, Ginger, to where I'm not saying, I don't know why I'm saying this, but I just say it now.
Yeah,
Just like,
if I could share a quick story, this just
yes,
happened to me
please.
the other day where it was just a regular. No, it wasn't a regular. She put me on the spot and wanted me to connect with her mother, and so I'm like, "Oh, live." But anyway, it's towards the end of the reading. For some reason, this is where I say I kept thinking, but it wasn't me thinking. It was just I found myself saying, I don't know why I keep going back to the clouds. There was two cards that had clouds in them.
Mm-hmm.
So many cards have clouds in them anyways. But I kept,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I kept looking at them as what was happening. I kept being drawn back to them. So I finally
Yes.
said, I don't know why I keep coming back to the clouds. Um, it's, I just don't know why, but maybe when you look into the clouds and you might see images, well, maybe there's actually a message in the image for you. So stay
Mm-hmm.
aware of that. And then in the chat she writes in capital letters, shut up. She says, I just saw my mother in the clouds standing next to a man with long white hair, and it was like a TV screen. She had something to tell me, and then she said she had to go, and she said it raised up like a TV screen, and it was clouds again.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
I love that.
yeah,
I
it's just,
love that.
I love confirmations because
Yeah. Well, and that's something that's really nice. I like that the confirmations too. It just sort of it charges me up. It's like, okay, I'm not just totally crazy because of that.
yeah,
I'm totally
yeah,
crazy for other things. So,
yeah. I
and
love it when the little things like see, and that's another one of those. Why do you bring up cloud? Do you bring up just because you keep looking at clouds? They're on the cards. That's a typical generic.
mhm,
But finally, I said it out loud, and
yes.
yeah,
Well, and I think the more you do readings, the easier it is just to allow that to flow.
right.
And Aspasia Rising, Beth said, that is so true, Ginger. One time I was reading someone and pulled a Mayan goddess. I hesitated, but told her, and that was the goddess on
On
her altar.
That's amazing. So you
So
have to speak out now. I mean, otherwise, no one will ever know, and no one will think that was amazing.
that's true. But it does take it takes time and encouragement and that
Mhm.
feedback that it makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
And that's
but
where when I'm offering readings, and I say this to the group, when I'm offering readings right now, my only asking is of honest feedback, because
yeah.
my mediumship and channeling are, to me, are just now blossoming, and if I need to practice, I
Hmm.
need to keep exercising that muscle, and
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, there was somebody I got a reading, and of course her name completely escapes me,
Oh,
and my apologies. And she needed practice, so she set up a scheduling software, something to where people could sign in to get a 30-minute reading free,
oh,
because she needed the practice, and she recorded him on Zoom and sent it to me. She was quite good.
wow.
So practice, practice, practice is
Yeah.
really, really important.
Because around
So,
here, I live in the Bible Belt. There's really no one
bye,
to
Beth.
for. Bye, Sweet Pea. Thank you so much for coming. But yeah, so I live in the Bible Belt. So there's really not many people to say, hey, you want to read? You're the devil's concubine. No, I don't want a reading.
Well, see, and here's the thing. I'll push back on that in an interesting way. Is because when you're open to being, you sort of radiate that energy. That I'm open to the universe to if anybody wants a reading, they will ask me. I've had that happen to where I've made sure that I was open and I was clear, and invariably the people who I did not expect to want a reading, or that they had no belief in it, they reached out, and
Yeah.
it was a really good conversation. And
Wonderful.
Excuse me. Everybody sip, sip. But it's, oh, look. Hello, hello.
Oh,
Diane is here.
Hello, 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 hello.
Peter J. Watts is here.
Hey, Peter. How are you?
And wasn't Peter in
Peter
the
was in
Tarot Normal?
Tarot Normal Live, yeah.
Was that the Amityville house?
This
one? Was that the one that he was in?
Well, this was the brother-in-law or his brothers. One of the two had a brother-in-law. And once upon a time, when he was a young lad,
there you go.
He saw Mr. Creepy, and oh my gosh. And so, yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Hi, Calla Lizzie. Good to see you, Liz. You're not late. You're here. That's awesome. So we were talking, before, I was curious about your spiritual path.
Uh-huh.
And one of the things that you said that I always appreciate is you're okay with everybody having their own spiritual path. And so long as they like it and it makes them happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
I found that I take tidbits of I have an American Indian ancestry, and I love the way they honor the earth and its Father Creator. So it's the Creator, and not given a name, God or Buddha, or, my God's right and yours is wrong. But I find little bits of magic in everybody's religion, almost everybody's religion, that I like to take into my own. And I like it. And it's the parts that honor either people or the earth.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Well, and I think that's so important. I mean, Fae, when did you get involved with Fae?
Well, as a little girl, you always like fairies, but my middle name is Ray.
Okay.
R-A-E, named after my grandmother. And when I was trying to find a name, and I'm just like, I don't want to be something fairy. That's stupid. Because I don't consider myself fairy, like the cutesy little, fluttery. I'm fae, as in natural woodland anomaly. I'm an anomaly.
For entertainment purposes only, for anybody who does do stuff with fairy stuff, don't come for us. It's okay.
Elemental beings.
Elemental beings. Okay. Yes.
They're an anomaly. But I'm just so not the cutesy little. I'm super kind. I love people. I'm generous. I have this other side of me that's just earthy and raw and gothic and so
and deep and
so
deep and okay, deep and grounded and rooted and understanding ancestors. I'm gonna keep going, Ginger, until you tell me that you're that I'm right and I can stop. But
you can stop.
Connected, honoring of ancestors, the heritage, the recycling,
Yeah.
So
I just thought Faye, because my name's Ginger Ray, and don't I know it when I got yelled at? Ginger Ray. So
yeah, you don't like that. It's like I always thought that was funny. I'm the youngest of 12 children, Ginger. So when we knew we were in trouble when Mom got our first, middle, and last name correct the first time. It's like, okay, there you go.
But don't you know, I've never called my son. Of course, they're rarely ever in trouble. I'm blessed with two.
Okay. Your son is watching, okay? Don't give him an opportunity
That's my baby. That's the baby watching.
Oh, you stopped when you got it right.
So I mean, that child, I have to say, he must have been in trouble once. I don't remember. He's always good. So I've never had to go, Brandon's gone.
I love that.
I have
I
just
love it.
never had to go yelling out their names.
Hmm. Yeah.
But once in a while, they do get called Bubba or Boone,
Okay. Calla Lizzie said, Fay Ray, wasn't that the original King Kong woman? Yes. And to quote that, whatever happened to Fay Ray, from um, Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Am I the only one who remembers
Hey,
that now?
I
So,
love that movie. Oh, we need to do that. Oh, for Halloween, we need to do our own little Rocky Horror tarot show.
I'm the
Something.
narrator.
There you
I
go.
want to be the narrator because, I want to jump on my table or on my desk and show people how to do the
Give
time
you a
warp.
leg
So,
with your
um,
kilt on. Didn't he? Wasn't
yeah,
he
there
wearing?
you go. Yeah. Peter J. Watts said, I have the same feelings about fairy. I can much easier connect to fae.
Yeah.
It's semantics, really.
Right.
I get
Yeah.
that.
Mm.
So, or
Yeah.
mom was really mad when she called out the names of half of my siblings: Mark, Matt, Marty, Peter. Yeah.
Do you know? I have to tell you. So one time I was my son Kyle. Hello, Joan. My son Kyle is the one with autism, and I would go, Brent. I mean, Kyle. I mean, whatever your name is. And so one day I caught myself stuttering like that again. Brenda. I mean, Benj. I mean, and he'll go, whatever your name is.
I love that. I love that. So, in that, I actually think sometimes that's the thing that is needed to break all of the tension a little bit because, my I've been missing my parents of late, and
Mhm.
I come through my sense of humor very honestly. My parents had a great sense of humor,
Yeah.
and they were, they told stories about things that we us kids did, that they couldn't stop laughing,
Right.
and they were just like going, go away, and we'll talk to you later, because they just needed time to laugh because it was just so hilarious. It's like, oh my gosh. Well,
Jeremy said,
if anybody has questions for Ginger Faye, put them in, or Ginger Faye. Did I call you Ginger Ray or Ginger
no,
Faye? I was like,
you said Ginger Faye,
okay.
but
So if anybody has any questions, do you still have some time? Do you
I
have time
do.
for some questions? Okay.
I
Put them
do.
in caps with some emojis, and we'll do that. So, um,
Gigi has some a comment for you.
sorry to hear you, but I've been
No, not
missing
that one.
them.
Not that
No,
one. Come
no.
up under flowing where she says hi, Joan B. Yeah, there you go.
It popped into my head immediately. I
See,
don't dream it. Don't dream it, be it. Yes. Yes.
I love that part of it. Okay,
Very much.
so
Joan B asked, Ginger Faye, do you have a lot of Faye tarot decks? And do you have a favorite Faye deck?
so my search for the perfect Fae deck has not been fulfilled because they're all fairy decks. Um, but like my son gave me the Mystic Fairy. I have the woman formerly known as uh, well, now it's Radley Valentine. Her fairy deck.
Mm-hmm.
She shall who not be named. Not really. Um, I have some. I may or may not be possibly trying to figure out how to make my own. I recently got this Celtic Spirit deck, which is kind of cute because it's. Well, this was my card for the day from there.
Portal. And by the way, if people like and subscribe to Ginger Faye Tarot and Divine Musings, and subscribe and ring the bell, they will be able to be notified. And when you update about another, possible video about a deck that you may be perhaps creating.
Maybe. Okay, so this to me is a cute little fae character.
Mm-hmm.
She's not so fairy, but I don't have a favorite one yet because I have not found the perfect fae deck. Although I do love, I take that back, Tarot of the Hidden Realm.
Okay.
That's a lot of earthly energy, so I do like that one. And there's a deck by Steve Samsara called the Woven Wisdom. I'm just his artwork is just amazing, and he's working on a tarot deck now. But I may or may not be working under him right now, doing some sketching. But may I show something?
Yes.
Okay,
I
so
love it. May I show something? Hell yes.
I don't know how much time we have left. Okay,
You
so
don't worry about the time.
Okay, I hadn't drawn or sketched in like 30 years, and I started watching all these tattoo shows, Ink Master and stuff, and I feel like I've lost I lost calling in the amazing artwork that goes into that. I'm like, I wish I never stopped drawing. I want to be an amazing artist. And so to get I got to be careful how I say things in this group. I want to say how to get my juices flowing because I'm the spread queen.
For entertainment purposes only. And that is a whole different level of entertainment, okay? I just have to say that. We have totally gone off the rails, and perhaps this is the Fae energy, which Fae energy tends to be very light. And look, here we go. Candy is LOLing. We've got laughter with tears. And we got Brian going.
Oh my gosh!
And she's hiding now. It's just like good.
It
Okay,
happened.
we reserve that kind of talk for Ben. Oh, I should get my potty mouth things. How did it suddenly land X-rated? I had nothing to do with it. I mean, she's the spread queen, and she's doing all that stuff. But you're going to show us something, right?
Yes. Okay, so Steve Samsara, I love his deck. I love his artwork. It's very fae. It's very organic. So I went to his website, and just the amazing artwork that's there. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to copy something from him and just make it my own. And this is what it is.
Oh, look at that. Wow. Wow, look at that.
Yeah. So that's Faye. I mean, her wings are tattered. She's got the anyway. So I was able to show him. And he was flattered. He said I even copied his mistakes.
Aw.
So he was flattered. But anyway, so I have to answer the question. I've not found my favorite Fae deck, but right now, if I were to choose a favorite, it probably is the Hidden Realm and the Woven Wisdom. And go to Steve Samsara's Facebook page and Instagram, and he's showing his tarot deck as he's doing the cards.
Oh, that's great. And Diane said Wildwood Tarot is lovely Fae energy.
Right. I don't have that one.
And do you do Tarot of the She?
I don't have that yet. I kept going back and forth. Yeah, I don't have that one.
And no pressure whatsoever for that. So Candy asked, do you use...
I also do have Brian Froud's fairy deck, so those would be among my favorites too.
Yeah.
Because
but those are fairy decks, not Fae.
Yeah, it's FAERIE though.
Okay.
It makes a huge difference, Gerald.
I believe you. I believe you. Candy asked, do you use Oracle too, Ginger?
Yes, I do. It's funny because I put myself on a limit on tarot decks to buy. And I thought one a month, only one a month. And I was doing really good. I went 3 months without buying one. So proud of myself. But then I went, but I bought 2 or 3 Oracle decks.
There you go.
So I'm trying not to collect Oracle as much, but I find myself so drawn into the artwork that
Peter wants me to embiggen you since I am backed up on chat so that you can put that back up.
Image.
And so I will, okay, I'm going to solo layout you. So there you go.
Purely a copied image that I detailed, but it's not an original by me. It's Steve Samsara, and I highly recommend you guys look at his website.
Lovely.
And he's just an awesome guy.
Lovely. And you actually showed him, so that's helpful. Yes, Peter, it is semantics again.
Yeah. Yeah, because he actually offered on Facebook. Here's what I came up with.
Okay, let me embiggen you. Hold on.
So after that, I did this picture.
Mm-hmm.
If, I'm not saying I am, but if I were to make this a tarot deck, she's Page of Cups.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So anyway, so he offered through his Facebook page kind of some mentorship. And so I'm currently working on a different sketch right now. I'm doing the draft. I'm almost done, and he's going to look it over and very creatively pick it apart and tell me what I could do to make it awesome.
I mean, I find it really refreshing the helpfulness that people are offering, and that's wonderful. So,
well, here's another gift I have that I manifestation, and it's so important for us to think positive thoughts, even at the people who are doing us wrong. I'm not saying I positive thought them, but I try not to negative dagger them either. But one day, I mean, when I got his deck, I'm like, that's the style I want to draw in. And then one day I was looking up at his deck. I'm like, I wish I could study under him somehow, some way. I just wish. And then here it's happening. So
I love that.
Manifestation. Everybody needs to
manifestation is beautiful. So we've been going an hour and 15 minutes.
I know.
And I think it's time. Don't you have some sort of an announcement or something?
Yes. So I believe it's going to be, I'm going to shoot. Gigi, are you still here, love?
Well, Gigi just said, give us that tarot deck now, Ginger. So.
I can see why some people take 2 years. It's going to take me 10
Hi, Nancy.
Hello, dear. I can see why it takes 2 years to create a deck if you're actually doing the artistry and such, and and because I haven't done it in so long, I pick at myself. Okay. So Gigi, really?
Candy asked again, who is the artist again?
Steve Samsara. Here, let me get a paper.
Ooh. And by the way, Nancy is here, Paper Moon Tarot, who was a wonderful guest on my Deck Casual as we talked about the Dream Vision Tarot with Emma and the deck creator and Richie. If you haven't watched that, I encourage you to go back and watch it. It was incredible. Okay, so there you go.
Steve Samsara. Woven Wisdom. I highly recommend that deck too. It's an oracle deck, but he's working on a tarot deck right now that it's going to have to be in everybody's collection. Well, at least mine. I'm everybody. Okay, so Gigi is going to be on my next Paranormal investigation. So she's doing a little homework for some haunted spots in Germany.
Okay.
And so I hope to be doing that. I don't have a calendar in front of me. I'm hoping to do it on the 30th. It's a Saturday because I believe Amber is coming back to do Paranormal Lives on that Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So, poor Gigi, she didn't even know the date yet, but she did know she was going to be on it. Gigi, I'm shooting for the 30th.
which is a Saturday.
It is a Saturday, so we'll pick a good time. I'm thinking if 4 o'clock is good for people, I would love everybody to join in and help investigate haunted Germany using tarot cards.
John B said, I have a picture of a ghost weird thing in Munich, Germany.
Ooh.
Yeah, the deck casual was great. And Nancy, you were the one who suggested it, so kudos to you.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. Wow. Okay, so you're shooting for the 30th of July to
is that
do.
I forgot I have
That's the Saturday.
Okay.
And that's for your next tarot normal investigations.
Right. And then October, just stay tuned for October 7th, 7 o'clock. It's a surprise. It's booked. It's on the calendar.
You got to do that. Yeah. So it's like flowing is like, I will be there. So,
absolutely.
And so, and by the way, since we're talking about Ginger Faye and I am going to be on her channel on Monday,
dun, dun, dun,
the 25th. We are going to be doing readings on her channel, and there's the time. So it's like looking forward to that. It was just like going, because I said to Ginger, when you get a channel, I'll be happy to come on your channel and do readings with you. And so that's what's coming up next Monday.
Yes, I'm very excited. That's going to be fun.
So yes. Sounds fascinating. And apparently there's a lot of ghostly ongoings in the infamous jail called Santa Fu.
Oh, that sounds interesting, Gigi. Gigi, I think, might have to be a reoccurring guest because Germany has to be haunted all over the place. Well, and then Candy, when Candy's ready, we've got Haunted England.
Yeah.
So,
that's awesome.
If anybody has a place that needs to be paranormally investigated, did I say that right?
Yes, paranormally investigated.
What a word to come out.
I love that. That's
that actually flowed out.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Oh my gosh.
But my goal is to get some pretty cool. Here's a goal. I will state it out. Maybe I can manifest it. So if anybody's familiar with the Skinwalker Ranch out in Utah, it has been investigated by the government, and there's an ongoing investigation going on right now. And we, the public, has always thought of it as just UFO phenomenon. There's a huge, I think the whole ranch itself is a vortex, but there's been a lot of paranormal activity on it as well. They've found portals, and when they do certain investigations, their equipment goes, high-end government equipment that works perfectly will stop working when they start certain types of. So I would just love, here's my dream. I would just love to get Travis on to Paranormal Live and love to hear him say, I cannot answer that at this point.
Is that code for it? Yes. And Beth said, Beth said, I agree. It's a vortex, I think. So
I've been watching the show for 3 years now, and it's just amazing. It's amazing.
Wow.
Anyway, Gerald, this has been fun.
This has been great. Thank you very, very much. I have some fun things going on other than the Monday with you.
Uh-huh.
I am doing something because, I do these deck casuals.
Mm-hmm.
So next Monday, I am doing a casual about how I prepare for my deck casuals.
Oh, I
And
like it.
that'll be at 2 o'clock Eastern on Monday the 25th. I just made that decision.
Is
I
it
was like going,
live or is it
it will be live.
nice?
So just think of it as a sense of it's also known about like what it looks like to be in the overachiever, overcomplicator brain of Tarot Stash.
Oh, we would love to go on that journey.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. It could be a little crazy because I was writing all of the steps down that I go through. And I did not realize it was this complicated, but this is just what I do.
You're
If
right.
anybody wants to do a
Right.
deck casual with me,
Mhm.
that's cool. We can talk about that. But, and speaking of deck casuals, next Tuesday, I am doing a deck casual about the Tarot of Feeling, and this is by Andy Taylor, Andy the Wildflower.
Oh,
So,
isn't there a
uh,
Duran Duran, Andy Taylor? I'm just saying.
yes, spelled differently, however.
Sorry, my
Um,
mind is on music 24/7.
that's okay. I mean, you referenced the '80s. I'm good with that. I'm very good with that. So, yeah. Oh, getting into your brain, Gerald. I'm there or not. A casual. Yeah, it's going to be. It's like ooh. So,
A
it's
Shay
going to be a
Shay.
little crazy. Casual. Casual. Easy for me to say. Um, and is a casual a mixture of a chat and casual? Yes, a casual is a chat that's casual. So it's a casual. And
I
then if
do
we're
dress
talking
up
about it,
just a little, and I meant to wear a hat to this special occasion.
oh, look at you. Oh, I'm looking around. I'm like, and suddenly I have, like, when now I feel underdressed. So look at her. She's like, ah, work it, work it. Yeah. um, Tomorrow I am on with Amy of Mystic Rose Tarot
Oh,
on
I
the
like her.
20th at 2 p.m. Eastern. And Julianne Victoria Sadhana, Amy and I were talking about vintage decks and
Oh,
contemporary decks and the
I
influence
love.
of those.
I'm gonna love that one.
Yeah, and then on Thursday, I'm doing readings with Purple Elephant Deb H on her channel in the morning.
Love it.
So it's like
Yay.
great. And you look like the woman in the moon card in the Green Witch Tarot in that hat, Ginger.
I know me and I gained 30 pounds. It's like
Stop,
moon. I am a moon child. This camera's tricky business.
It
Um,
is.
anyway.
Thanks, Jackie. Bye.
Bye, love. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
Everybody, thank you.
Make sure you like and subscribe to Ginger Faye Tarot and Divine Musings, because you do not want to miss the tarot normal investigations as well as updates on your tarot and your oracle deck.
Yeah, yeah.
That's not what I
I
said,
would like
girl.
to.
So,
Oh, we all
all
have our
right.
insecurities.
Well, that's okay.
But
Thank
you,
you, everybody. Ginger, hang out for a minute.
thank you so much, everybody.
Everybody, you're all wonderful. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.